I was looking for something like this a while back, and I'd actually ordered a couple different ones maybe about a year ago, and they just never worked for me. A dual monitor setup for a laptop. That way I could have three monitors, right? I think some of them that I messed with, they were kind of wonky, just the way they were set up. It just kind of off balanced the whole laptop. They wouldn't have like a stand to kind of secure things. I don't know. They were just all kind of weird. And for me, I use multiple monitors while I'm working. And with my laptop, I kind of wind up wishing I had multiple monitors. So I'll have like one little portable monitor, attach it, and I'll have an extra monitor. And that kind of helps when I'm doing work. But having a setup like this where I'm accustomed to having three monitors, that'd be kind of cool, right? So G-Story, they hit me up. They sent this to me for purpose of review. And I'm really hopeful. I'm always just straight up, man. A lot of companies send me stuff, and a lot of times it's just boo-boo. Sometimes it's cool. G-Story, they've sent me stuff in the past that I thought was really cool, like that little portable case for the PlayStation Classic that had a monitor built in. That was sweet. I wish they still made that thing. I'm really hopeful of this, so let's check it out. These are, I believe, 14-inch screens, and they're 1080p, so let's take a look. And I saw the listing, and I look at the box here. It looks like there is a stand, little bracket and base setup. So it seems like it should be a little more stable. That's the word I was looking for, stable. The ones I messed with before, they just didn't seem very stable. It would just not work for me. So I'm hoping this will work for me. I don't know how practical having something like this is, like, you know, carrying it around or busting it out all the time. Maybe just having a single monitor setup is fine, or having like one portable monitor is all right. Because I mean, who's gonna want to lug something like this around all the time and you know, take it apart and put it back together type of thing? I mean, that's going to be the other part of it. How easy is it to assemble and disassemble? It does look like it came with a case, so that's kind of cool. So you got some instructions here. Cool. Okay. There's a cooling fan, OTG adapter. Got some little Allen wrenches and like some USB thing. I'm assuming the OTG adapter, or no. The hell is that? What is this thing? At least they provide you a little carrying case, but it's just kind of a little slip bag thing. Doesn't close up or anything. Whatever. Better than nothing. Not much protection in there. This does have some weight to it. Okay. So that's the base there. Oh, wow. Okay. So just taking it out and it just standing up on its own is already a plus. Oh, and look at that. It's like the cable's like retractable. Huh. That's an interesting design. So essentially, we're going to slide this to however far we need it. That's interesting. They just kind of like plug in to little side things there, like USB. Interesting. So I was trying to see if this extends on this side. So you could do that. So there's like little connections on each side. That's cool. Then it seems like this could just be swapped to either side because the little USB thing pops out. Still not sure what the hell this is for though. Okay, so after a little tiny bit of fiddling around, I got this thing all set up. It wasn't really that difficult. And as I showed earlier, there's a lot of different ways you can orientate things, especially with the monitors. Go horizontal, vertical. I'd already showed that. Swap them around. And then also with this cable, that little thing that you can unattach, you can move that to the top, the sides, on either monitor, just depending on how you need it set up. And then as far as the actual stand and brackets to hold the monitors, there's tons of little adjustments you can make to shift them up, down, you know, pivot them around a bit. So it's kind of nice. And then you know, it did come with the Allen keys to kind of tighten things up a little bit if needed. So it's kind of a nice little, you know, setup here. And actually underneath, I don't know why I didn't notice that earlier. Underneath on the kind of stand that the laptop sits on, there's a fan under there that you don't have to use it, but there's a cable. I have it plugged in, little USB cable. It comes with an OTG, like a little, you know, USB-A that you plug in if you don't have USB-C, because it's a USB-C cable. So you could plug that in to power the fan to get some extra cooling on your laptop. And then also for this cable for the monitors, it's USB-C, but then that little, it did say it had a OTG adapter. That was just stuck in the dock. You just pull that out and plug it in if you want to use it that way. And I did figure out what the heck this thing was. This is just a little flash drive that has the drivers on it. So if when you plug this thing in and it doesn't like instantly recognize it, you could just install the drivers off of this. That's what I had to do. When I plugged it in, it just, the monitors powered on, said G-Story, nothing happened. So I plugged this thing in and I noticed it's a flash. I was like, what is this? Plugged it in, this flash drive has the drivers on it, installed the drivers, rebooted, and then it all worked. It all worked. So these monitors are 60 hertz. I've got to point that out. This is a 144 hertz display on this laptop. The other thing is there's 3 buttons underneath these monitors. One is power, you can just turn it off. And then the other 2 buttons, all I'm finding is that it's just brightness up and down. As you see, that's all they do. That's all I'm finding that it does. So yeah, this is a kind of nice little setup, I think, as far as all the little adjustments and everything. And this is kind of like the purpose that I would want this for. Is like, if you know, if you're recording gameplay footage, you could have OBS open up on one side. If you're somebody who wants to live stream off of a laptop, I can't live stream or record gameplay footage without multiple monitors. I can't run OBS and, like, you know, alt tab into other stuff. It just doesn't work. It just doesn't. You have to have multiple monitors, at least in my opinion. So that's kind of how I would want to do it. Have one screen with like YouTube opened up, one screen with OBS, one screen with my game, you know, running. That's kind of, you know, the way it goes. And then even if I'm not doing that, like editing stuff, kind of having multiple monitors helps. So this is a neat little setup. My only thing is like these 2 monitors, they're 60 hertz. So it's kind of, you notice that when one display is, you know, a higher refresh rate. And obviously the quality of these screens, while I think they're okay, they are kind of darker. I can manipulate that in the PC. I can kind of fidget around with that if I want. Quality isn't, you know, bad, but maybe not the most amazing monitor ever. But for the price, I think right now it's like under a couple $100. And a lot of times just for a single monitor, it's like $100 for a portable monitor. And these things can just be like popped off and, you know, not used this way. You could use them for other things if you want. So, I mean, I guess multi-purpose, but yeah, neat little setup. It is a little bulky with the whole thing, but it is kind of nice to have as far as being able to, you know, have multiple displays. But there's a lot of options out there. I think this is neat. I'm just not sure if this is going to be something I'm going to want to, you know, pop out and readjust everything, fold back up, put in the case or the bag, and, you know, keep constantly doing that. I almost think just having a portable monitor that has a kickstand on it, just pop that out, plug it in, not have to worry about all this extra stuff, folding things up. That's kind of a little more convenient in my opinion, but just it's kind of nice having the monitors raised up. And yeah, let me know what you guys think. Appreciate it. Bye.